Hello, this is D, and I'm back with another video. Well, yesterday I did my very first Spaces on X, and shout out to everyone that supported me. We had like over 1,200 people that listened to it when it was live yesterday. I had some big names in there, so I want to appreciate everyone that showed up. So today what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the footage of that, and I'm going to be honest with you guys, it's uncensored, it's raw, it's how I felt at the time, and how I'm still feeling. I am very disappointed that it appears that many Xbox first-party games are coming to the PlayStation 5. And I want to ask you guys the question, does this signal the end of the Xbox consoles? Now, we're going to go through the comment section here a little bit before I let the recording from yesterday's Spaces play. And you can see that a lot of Xbox fans, they're not happy at all. They're really not happy at all. And I also want to apologize to the people that were listening to the Spaces yesterday. It did blank out for maybe about 5 minutes. I got disconnected. So we're going to kind of connect the video back, and I'll put in what I was going to say at the point that it actually disconnected. I'll put it into this video so you guys can get my full thoughts on what I was going to say. And then I'll probably come back at the end of the video or the end of yesterday's stream, and I'll just give you guys my final thoughts. I'll say this, since yesterday's video, we are now getting reports. Okay, we're getting a lot of reports that Indiana Jones and the Great Circle might come to the PlayStation 5. Like, this is just unbelievable. And that's coming from The Verge. So that's coming from Tom Warren. So at the end, I'll come back and I'll talk about that. But I'm just going to give you guys my raw feelings on what happened yesterday. We also had J-Dubs on there. I know a lot of you guys don't like J-Dubs, but I think it was important to have him on there to hear his thoughts, his genuine thoughts. And whenever I speak to J-Dubs, I don't really speak to J-Dub the troll, I speak to J-Dub the person. So you're probably going to see another side of him. He's going to be 100% real. So I'll come back at the end of this video and I'll just wrap it up and let you guys know what I think. So without further ado, here is my live Twitter, or I should say X space from yesterday.
Okay, I'm going to assume that it's working now. I think you guys should be able to hear me. I don't know what's going on before with my headset. I was trying to use my Rode mic, but for some reason, I think it probably just wasn't compatible. So I'm on my basic Samsung Galaxy Bud headset. So hopefully you guys can hear me. So today we're going to talk about Xbox first-party games coming to the PlayStation 5 and if this is the end of the consoles. And I gotta be honest with you guys, I'm extremely disappointed in today's news. I don't know any other way that I can say it. Like, this weekend was already starting off horrible for me. If you guys don't know, I'm a huge wrestling fan. And if you guys watch wrestling, you guys know what's going on right now. The Rock came back and took Cody Rhodes' place without any type of explanation and kind of ruined WrestleMania for me. So my weekend already was off kilter. And then we found out the news that Hi-Fi Rush was coming to the PlayStation and apparently Nintendo, because a data miner got some of the files, and we could see some of the shirts for Hi-Fi Rush, the red shirt for Switch and the blue shirt for PlayStation. Now, to be honest with you guys, I wasn't too bothered by that. I was like, okay, that's okay. You know, it's Hi-Fi Rush. We've had the game from the summer, so it's been out for like 6-7 months. So it doesn't really matter if that game goes to other platforms. And that type of game, I understand it going to other platforms because it would make money. So that game I could understand. Although it is a first-party game, I don't quote-unquote call it a true first-party game because, I don't know, that game, I could just see it being on other platforms. So I wasn't troubled by this. And then this afternoon, I get back in, I'm going onto my X page, and then I see Tom Warren posting that Starfield is coming to the PlayStation 5. And I gotta be honest with you guys, this is not good news. This is not good news. There's no way you can spin this as good news. So I don't know any Xbox fan out there that's spinning this as good news, because it's not. Bringing Xbox games to the PlayStation 5, like, yeah, I honestly tell you, I'm in a state of disbelief. Now I know Jay. Okay, Jay, I'll let you speak, and I'll let some other guys speak afterwards. I'll let you guys come in. So I see the request there. Some of you guys will let you speak afterwards. Let's just get this room up and started, and let me just get my piece off, man. So, for instance, Jay's always trolling me in the DMs, saying, oh, the whole slate of Xbox games are coming to the PlayStation. And, like, most of the time I'm taking it in jest. You know, I'm like, yeah, that's not going to happen. Yeah, maybe Hi-Fi Rush, I can't rule that out. But, you know, the other games, they're not going to come. And then we get this news today that Starfield is going to the PlayStation 5. Now, it's not officially confirmed, but I got to say this. When you have Tom Warren reporting on this type of stuff, you got to take it serious because Tom Warren, he doesn't report on nonsense. And there's things that happen behind the scenes and people that we talk to and people in our community where we can kind of filter out, the nonsense. Actually, when we're on X, so I can swear. We can filter out the bullshit, okay? And I gotta say, guys, this doesn't appear to be bullshit. And some Xbox guys out there said, "Oh, these are rumors. This is bullshit. It's not happening." It appears to be happening. That Starfield is going to make an appearance on the PlayStation 5. And you ponies and you Sony fans, you're not gonna get off scotch-free here because you guys are like, "Oh yeah, this game is coming. Oh, it's so great." But half of you guys, more than half of you guys, would say that the game was garbage, that it was crap, but now that it's come to the PlayStation, now all of a sudden you guys like that game. Like, it's ridiculous. But we already know the hypocrisy on that side, and that really doesn't have any bearing on the news today. This news is horrible. I got to be honest, as an Xbox fan, it's horrible. And I'm going to be completely transparent on today's spaces. This is my very first space ever. I've never done a space before, but I felt compelled to do a damn space today. Now, most of you guys know that I play a lot of my games on Xbox. I mean, I do play a lot of my games on Xbox, and I play most of my games on PC. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys, it's been harder for me to play on Xbox lately because of my PC. I done an RTX 4090. I'm doing like 120 FPS. I'm doing 144 FPS. I'm doing outrageous numbers. I'm doing path tracing. I'm doing ray tracing. Like, I have all the bells and whistles on every game turned up to the max. So there's no type of compromise. And my PlayStation is basically for my exclusive titles, right? So Sony forces me to get these games on my PlayStation because I don't want to wait a year, 2 years to play some of these games on PC. And then half of the time when they come on PC, I end up double dipping anyways. But that's another story. And on the Xbox, I've been playing primarily some of the games with my kid. If the game runs 60 FPS, I got no problem playing it on my Xbox. If it's under 60 FPS, forget it. I'm not playing it. Like I played Starfield on my Xbox just to see how it was, to do the commentary on it, to post the stuff on YouTube. But I wasn't playing that game on Xbox with 30 FPS. No way. I'm gonna play that on PC. Now my sports games, I play my sports games on my Xbox because sports games is just better to play them on console because you have a larger community, you have a larger fan base that's on the console, so you're gonna be able to connect with more people. And the games run at 60 FPS, they're fine, they look great, they're running at 4K. No issue. So I have no problem playing my sports games on the console. But I got to tell you this, and I got to be honest. If these games, and if more and more of these games start to show up on PlayStation and other platforms, it gives you less of a reason to own a damn Xbox. Already, I have my Xbox games on PC, so technically, I really don't need an Xbox, say, aside from my sports games. But I got a PlayStation, and those sports games, I can also play them on my PlayStation. Those Xbox games, like I said before, I can play them on my PC. So what incentive are you giving the Xbox fan to own an Xbox console? I understand that they got to make money, and certain games, it does make sense to bring it to other platforms. Like Hi-Fi Rush, like I said, I'm not mad that that game is coming to other platforms. That's fine. And I can see where it makes financial sense. But bringing like Starfield, it doesn't make any sense. Honestly. It just doesn't. And I understand that Microsoft is in the business to make money. And truth be told, I know people are going to get real pissed off at me here, but I don't care. Truth be told, probably if they did go the third-party route, they probably would make more money in the sense that they'd be selling a lot of games. They probably would. And from a business standpoint, I think these guys just want to make money. It's Microsoft. They want to make those billions. They want to make billions of dollars. So from a business standpoint, I kind of understand it a bit. But for the whole ecosystem, I just don't understand it. So what are you saying to all these Xbox fans that went out there and got an Xbox console and invested into the ecosystem? You're saying that they don't matter because you're not really giving them a reason to own an Xbox. If anything, you're kind of pushing people more to get a PC. I got to be honest about it. And it's very, very frustrating. It's extremely, extremely frustrating for me. It really is. It's just not good news. It's just not good news. This is not the way that you do things. Like certain games, like Hi-Fi Rush, if it's a staggered release, that's fine. Like say in the future, Diablo, If that was a staggered release, that's fine. But what about Halo? Are you telling me now that Halo is going to make an appearance on the PlayStation 5? Because a week ago, I would say that's bullshit. That's never going to happen. And I can tell you right now, as of this moment, I can't confidently tell you no, that won't happen. What about Gears? What about Forza Horizon? What about Forza Motorsport? All of their exclusive games. Are we going to see them on PlayStation? That makes no sense. Oh, we want Game Pass to be everywhere you can play your games. Sure, I understand that. And why the hell did you ever make me invest in the Xbox console, in the Xbox ecosystem, if this is the route that you're going to take? So I'm annoyed. I'm probably a bit emotional right now. I probably need to let the dust settle a little bit. But I'm not going to twist it, man. You guys know me. I always speak how I feel. I always say how it is, whether Xbox fans like it or not, whether PlayStation fans like it or not, whether PC fans like it or not. I don't give a shit. I say how I feel, and I always call it like it is. And you're free to disagree with me, but more times than not, I'm right. And I'm annoyed. I'm really, really annoyed. So I'm gonna open it up. I see your request here. Who wants to speak here? Da, 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 da. I'm gonna invite I'm gonna invite Tim Dog to speak. I want to hear Tim Dog's thoughts. I really do because Tim Dog is like tried and true Xbox fan. You know, hate him, love the guy, whatever you want to feel about him, he is a true Xbox fan. And I got to say, he's one of the Xbox fans that calls it like it is. He calls it like it is. And in this community where there's like a bunch of fakes and frauds and just not real people, I got to tell you, out of all the people that I've met over the years online, Tim is one of the realest guys. And I'm going to say that about Jay too. Jay's a real guy too. And I know some of you guys are, oh, he's a pony, this and that. Listen, he likes PlayStation. At the end of the day, he's a real person. He's a human being. And he's a funny guy. And you guys let him troll you. And, that's on you. But I like Jay, whether or not he likes PlayStation more than Xbox. And yeah, it is what it is. So I'm gonna invite. Let me see. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna let Jay talk right now. I'm gonna DM Tim just to make sure that he wants to say something because maybe he doesn't. I don't want to put him on the spot like that. But Jay, he's asking to speak here. So Jay, I'm gonna let you speak. But when I gotta come back on the mic and I gotta say my thing, then I'm gonna have to cut you off. So I'm gonna prove you right now. Okay, you take over. You give me your thoughts on this. I ain't gonna lie, man. I gotta twist one up today because this is stressing me out. So while I'm twisting one up, you can address the room. Okay, so I'm gonna approve you, Jay. Jay, you should be approved. Speak so I can hear you.
Hey, can you hear me, D?
Yeah, I can hear you. Okay, so address the room. Tell your thoughts. I ain't gonna lie, man. Today we all are getting the real D, and the real D is gonna roll up a spliff right now because he is stressed. So while I'm doing that, you address the room, okay?
All right, man. I got you, man. Listen, I wish I could take a quick flight down there to Toronto again, man, so we can hang out again and stuff like that. Listen, I took a break from Twitter for about a couple of hours, and I get back on Twitter, and the first thing I see is Starfield is coming to PS5. So, I mean, I don't want to take the time that I have now to gloat or to kick people's backs in. Trust me, I have plenty of those spaces to do that. Um, I will say this, fanboy had his side. It's a big fuck you. This isn't a little deal. This isn't something you can gloss over. This isn't something you can come to terms with pretty quickly. I know guys are going to say, well, it's just this and it's just that, and it's not going to be all the games. It's just going to. My thing is, even if it's just one game, we already, PlayStation already has a release date, a physical copy of As Dust Fall coming. That's not even on Xbox. They don't even have a physical version of that on Xbox. We know we're going to probably get a physical version of Hi-Fi Rush, a physical version of Starfield, and on and on. There is no end to where they're going to cut off these games. And at this point, Phil Spencer, he really hasn't said anything. He hasn't come out and said, he hasn't addressed the issues, the rumors. And these rumors have been going on for over a month now. And now we hear that Sarah Bond is going to come out and address the everything in the in this spring. So now I'm like, well, are they going to throw Sarah Bond out there to the wolves? That's not her dealing. That's not what she made. I know it's her position now.
Hey, let me say this: it's half jest and it's like half real. When I knew that they put a woman of power in trouble, I said, "Oh shit,
Yes,
the fall is about
yes,
to come."
yes. That's the only reason I didn't want her to have that position because I knew what would come with it. I know she's qualified. I know she's her
Definitely.
credentials is through the roof, and salute to her. But I knew what would come with that. I saw the writing on the wall. I said, if this shit doesn't pan out the way that it needs to, the gamers and everybody else are going to use her for the fall guy. And I smelled this shit a fucking mile away. But what I didn't listen, y'all know when I troll about Starfield, when I posted all that shit about Starfield, and y'all know I'm just trolling. Y'all know I'm just bullshitting. You right? I put it out there. I'm laughing. It's we're behind the scenes creating shit up. Everybody knows that, or at least they should know that. But
No, they don't.
what I didn't know is after they spent $100 fucking billion on publishers and developers, that they were going to turn around and said, hey, Xbox guys, we know you've been holding the line for the last 10, 15 years, getting crappy games. Now that we actually got great games and great publishers and great studios, we're going to take the games and give them to fucking PlayStation and Nintendo. So that means that listen, and I'm a PlayStation guy, right? So this it benefits me more than, of course, I got Xboxes and stuff, but God, this is a big fuck you to the Xbox community. This is
Yeah,
not good. I don't care what nobody say. I don't know how they damage control it, but if Jim Ryan took my fucking PlayStation exclusives and gave them to Xbox and gave them to Nintendo, I would feel a certain type. That's a big fuck you. Listen, y'all see the ponies every single time, whether it's a year or 2 year old Xbox first party game go to PC. There's still grumblings. They still they're still mad about it. They don't like that. But now you're telling me the whole slate is coming to the PlayStation when Phil Spencer just went on a record in the court case and say they take all their games and they make money off of them games, the 30% off of their games that goes into their platform, and they use them against us. And now you're going to turn around
yeah.
and do the same thing and give the competition your games, and you're going to give them 30% of that? Like that, these are fucking liars. I've been saying, listen, I don't know Phil Spencer personally. I have nothing wrong with him personally, right? I think he's a great guy personally. I think personally he's a great father, great husband, whatever. But as an executive who is supposed to be representing Xbox Nation, I'll stand on the record of saying this all the time. Phil is the worst thing that ever happened to Xbox. His job, what he did, what it looks like, is to convince the Xbox guys to be okay. The games are coming. Just wait to E3 for the last 10 fucking years. It's been wait to this, wait to that, wait to this. And now they finally buy the shit. It's not going to be exclusive. It's going everywhere. That is,
See,
that's something, dude, that's fucked up. That's fucked up.
that's the part that gets me the most is that finally, all of these studios are coming into place, and I've been saying it for a long time. I said, yeah, wait till Xbox has all of its ducks in a row and all of these studios are up and running. They start to crank out their games. Then you're gonna really see what they're doing, and I still believe that. But now you got these games that are gonna be showing up on the PlayStation, and we can't say this stuff anymore. Oh, the Halos and the Forzas, they're not going to come. It's just going to be the little ones like the Oris and like the Hi-Fi Rushes. When we see that Starfield is coming to the PlayStation, we can no longer say that, the big hitters, it's just going to be the little titles. It's going to be the odd ones. The big ones are coming. We can't say it anymore. When Starfield is coming, and we cannot deny this because I know there's going to be guys out there that are freaking denying it. They're in stage one of grief. When you have Tom Warren reporting on this
Yeah.
shit, you can't sit there and say that it's cap. And I don't want to, say any of our other people behind the scenes, but some of our people behind the scenes are like shit as well, and confirming it as well, not coming out and confirming it, but confirming it as well that this is what's happening. And like, so to you guys out there thinking that this is not happening, it's happening. Now, do I know if the whole slate is coming? No. But I know that Starfield is coming, and that's not a good sign to tell me that no, the whole slate is not coming. And maybe the whole slate's not coming day and date, maybe it's staggered. That's still not a good damn thing. It's still not a good damn thing. Like, and I've said it before, I believe PlayStation should bring their games to to PC and make some more money over there. I never once said that PlayStation should bring their games to Xbox because it's just unfathomable. It's just like
Exactly.
it's just never gonna happen,
Exactly.
and it wouldn't make financial sense. And if you want my honest opinion, it looks like Microsoft is pushing gamers to like say, you know what, go to PC. And then I did a video today. You guys can check it out on my YouTube channel, shameless plug, on the Xbox shopping around for their hardware. So apparently they're not even into agreement with AMD yet for the next generation console chips. Like, what the hell is going on over there?
Yeah.
All right, I'll let you speak
All
as I
right.
as I spark
All
this
right.
up.
Here's the thing, right? Everything I said prior to this was me speaking just as a gamer and how I envision it, how I see this as if I'm an Xbox guy. Now, as a PlayStation gamer, let me tell you how I feel, right? As Kratos, as J Dub, the troll. I'm getting all your fucking games, right? I don't have to buy the fucking Xbox Series S. I don't have to buy the Xbox Series X. I'm getting all your games. Um, Here's the thing. I think there's no reason for your console. I think next the console is going to go away. There is no incentive, right? Think about it. The last reporting, there were more PC Game Pass subscribers than there are Xbox console Game Pass subscribers. Right? There was over 15 million Game Pass subscribers. So that leaves about 10 plus odd million console subscribers. So here's the thing. We know Microsoft's big investment in gaming is from the hardware side. They don't make. We already know they lose $100 to $200 according to them off of the hardware. So if you can cut your loss, right, you're making money off of Game Pass because of PC. That's where the bulk of the base is. I mean, let's face it. That's where the bulk of the base is. Your two next generation current gen consoles are getting outsold by your previous worst console ever, the Xbox One. That's saying gamers have already spoken by saying, we don't really want to buy your Xbox Series X or S. We'll play the games on PC. And guess what? Microsoft just spent $100 billion in acquisitions over the last 3, 4, 5 years. Microsoft just became the world's richest company. If they cut out their biggest loss, which is the hardware, put their games on PlayStation, which has, between the PS4 and the PS5, around 175 million, consoles. Nintendo has about 135 million consoles. If you combine those, 350 million odd, I'm just throwing a number out there, guys. Don't hold me to it. 350 some million odd potential new customers inside of your ecosystem in your base versus the 25 million next generation consoles that you have. Because last generation, they only sold 55 million consoles last gen, right? So, I mean, and let's face it, you can add those if you want, but the Xbox fan base is extremely small. They're trying to cater to people who not only buy games, but buy games at $70 a pop. Ones who actually, it is what it is. The numbers are there. And I think, I'm going to be honest, I think Satya has taken over and he has stated, I think he is just basically saying, listen, I'm done with this. We're going to make this big investment. We're going to become the world's largest third-party publisher. We're going to make all this money that we've never made before. And mark my words, I'll be on fucking Sea of Thieves on my PS5 day one. I'll be on Starfield day one. I'll be on, As Does Fall and the rest of those games. Of course I talk shit about them because that's what I'm supposed to do, right? I'm a PlayStation guy, right? Hold the line. That's what we do. But you don't think I won't be on fucking Forza day one or Forza Horizon 6 on my PS5? Like, come on. They're going to make a shitload of money. Now, here's the thing. Microsoft is the world's richest company. They have all this money. They're going to continue making this money. But how is they're making all that money good for the Xbox console owner? The people who held
It
the
is.
line with the fucking Xbox One with the Connect, all the way to the Xbox One S, all the way to the Xbox One X.
Yeah. It's not.
You're
It's
not.
not. So I'll say this: I've been with Xbox from day one. I had Xbox Live from day one. I had a Xbox, the original Xbox One, a big fat sucker. I was a day one Xbox guy. I loved it. I really got into that one. What sold me on it was I believe it was WWE. I can't remember the name of the game, but it was, man, those graphics were crazy at that time. I'd never seen anything like that. And it kind of sold me on the system. Of course, I got into the rest of the stuff. And I've been there day one. And I got to say, it's like, it really is a slap in the face bringing those like first party games to another platform. Now, like I said earlier, some games it makes sense. Some games like Sea of Thieves, I think it makes sense. I think it's kind of plateaued enough on the Xbox platform on
Yeah.
PC. That's fine to bring it to another console. Hi-Fi Rush, like I said, you got like a good 6, 7 months head start
Yeah.
on it. It makes sense to bring it to other platforms. I think it'll sell well on Nintendo. I think it'll sell well on PlayStation. But games like Starfield, like Halo, like Gears, like you got to slow it down. You have all these new studios so that you've acquired. You can make a new let's say quote unquote third party game from Activision that you put it on your platform. I would say maybe 2 months before everyone else. So you get the Game Pass boost and you get people that can't wait that want to play the game. And then 2 months down the road, you let it go to like PlayStation, you let it go to Nintendo. But certain games like Halo, like Gears, like Forza Horizon should never ever touch a PlayStation because by not doing so, you officially kill your Xbox.
Yeah.
You officially
Yeah.
kill it because people are going to get a PlayStation 5
Yeah.
if they can get all those games and a PC, and that's it. You're literally cutting off your own foot. So there's ways to still make a crap load of money, but not doing it like this, man. Like it's it's
This
it's so it's so disappointing.
they're officially. I mean, this is a telltale sign that they're officially planning on getting out of the hardware space. Because why would they invest in another world's most powerful console or another, next generation Series S and X type consoles if the people didn't buy this generation and you've effectively taken all your games and given it to all the competition? I know everybody and their mama gonna buy a fucking PS6, right? And they have rightfully so, because there's a reason to buy a PS6. Because you're gonna get a God of War and you're gonna get Uncharted and all these other games that Spider-Man's and all that
I don't
stuff, right?
know.
But for Xbox, what reason is there? Like literally, there's no reason. And here's the thing: I hate to say it, but I hate to say it, but so many Xbox fanboys should have stopped being friends and stop thinking that these corporate executives, right, are their friends and that they're looking out for their well-being. They're not. Their job is to make money for the corporation by any means, and they're doing that. I can't be mad at Phil for doing what Satya hired him to do, and I can't. But
Well,
I'm as a gamer, I'm like, Phil set this shit
okay,
up.
we're gonna
Phil
have
Phil knew that this was gonna come.
to. You're getting into your pony zone, so we're gonna have to like shut you down a little bit there. So let me just stay on here. But I want to say this. I feel I just gotta be honest, man. And I know Xbox guys are not gonna like to hear this, but I really feel like they're kind of pivoting towards PC. And I'm not saying that we're not gonna get another console, but if I'm being completely 100% honest, and I'm pretty good, call me crazy. I don't give a shit what people want to say, but I'm pretty good at kind of seeing things how they play out and kind of have an intuition on things. And I think that they're kind of might be done with the traditional console model, where we've seen some reports, that they're coming out with some type of hybrid system that might use ARM architecture. They're not sure if they're going to use AMD hardware. We saw some leaks on
Yep.
that, and then now we're seeing this week that they haven't re-signed with AMD. So where there's smoke, there's fire. These games are starting to come to another platform. So they might be going with this cloud hybrid computing next gen console where it's like sort of pretty much like a PC. For all I know, they could come up with Xbox PC. Fucking knows that has the Xbox interface, but it's got the guts of a PC, and you can run it in freaking dual mode. Because like being honest, playing on the consoles is kind of tough when you got a nice PC because it runs laps around it, and if they can figure out a way to give you PC performance at a fraction of the cost by having some local hardware and having some cloud compute combined, it's a possibility. And if anyone can do it, Microsoft can do it, right? So I don't know where they're going with this, but I'll say this: if you're an Xbox fan, you got to let your voices be known that you're displeasure with this, and perhaps some of these sacred first party games won't make an appearance on other platforms. But as far as saying that all of the first party studio games, that's not going to happen. And I said that from the beginning. I said, a lot of people argued with me. I said, Call of Duty is going to be multi-plat. It's going to remain multi-plat. And you guys that follow me in the community, the grief that I got from that, from my own peers. Say, no, what are you talking about? It's going to go exclusive. And I said, listen, it's not going to go exclusive because that game is a juggernaut. It makes too much
Money.
freaking money. Like it'd be dumb for people are not gonna leave. Okay, you have 100 people on PlayStation, right? Maybe you'd get 4 of those people that would leave and go get an Xbox for Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Those other freaking 96 people, they're gonna stay there.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't make a dent. Like people think, oh no, they would have came. No, they freaking wouldn't. They won't. Like, look, we have you have some fantastic exclusives on PlayStation that I can't miss. That's why I have to own a PlayStation. But you got a lot of Xbox guys.
Now, what I was going to say as it got cut off, I was going to say that there's a lot of Xbox fans that own an Xbox console and they will never get a PlayStation because it has a certain exclusive. Some Xbox fans just don't care for the simple fact that that game is on PlayStation, just like PlayStation fans wouldn't switch to Xbox for Call of Duty. So it never made sense for Call of Duty to go multi-platform. And that's why I think certain games that Microsoft has acquired from their acquisitions do make sense to make appearances on other platforms. However, I still stand by that the first-party games like Halo, Gears, Forza, these games that make up Microsoft's identity, they should never make an appearance on the PlayStation. So we're going to get back to my recording where it picked off when I got back onto the spaces.
Okay, so I don't know where I left off at, but I think it crapped out on me. But nonetheless, what I was basically trying to say is that I truly believe that Microsoft, they're in it to make money in the long run. And it looks like they're caring less about the consoles. Because there's a reason to own a console, and that's the exclusive games that are on it. And when a console doesn't have an identity, it doesn't have exclusive games, there's less of a reason to buy that said console. And when you already have Xbox games on PC, you have less of a reason to buy the consoles. Now, a lot of you guys don't know, I build PCs, I sell consoles, I repair consoles, I sell televisions, I do a lot of stuff. And I'll say this, over the holidays, I sold far more PlayStations and far more PlayStation accessories. In fact, I've been selling tons of DualSense controllers. Everybody and their mama wants a DualSense controller. I've lowered prices on some of the Xbox stuff that I have. People just don't want it. It's just not as popular. And, the Twitter or X or YouTube, it may seem loud. And it may seem like there's a lot of fans there. But at the end of the day, I got to say that PlayStation is more popular than Xbox. So bringing some of their games to their platform does make sense. But I'm going to stand by what I said. Some of these games like Halo, like Forza Horizon 5, the Forza series, Gears, these type of games that are, the core identity of Xbox should not be on other platforms. It's fine on PC and we've accepted that, but it shouldn't be on PlayStation and they shouldn't be on Nintendo. And when you're seeing that, it kind of signals that they're going to be putting a lot of their games on other platforms. I saw someone tweet out, said, we can even maybe see Halo. And I don't even know what to say about that. That's like saying, yeah, God of War Ragnarok is coming on Xbox in, July. It's unheard of. It's just unheard of. Let me see who's in the room here. Oh man, this room is packed. Well, thanks for you guys listening to my rant and putting up with Jay's ponyism. I know he couldn't help it in the end there. He kind of went back to his pony ways, but he did honestly he does make some sense on certain things, and he even admitted that hey, I was trolling when I was saying all of these games are coming to Xbox. And believe you me, behind the scenes, he is trolling on all that stuff. But for it actually to come true, like when people said Starfield, when they said Hi-Fi Rush, I said, yeah, I can see that being on there. Sea of Thieves, whatever, they've had that game forever. But Starfield, that's crazy. That's insane. And if that was the intention, then you should have been upfront about it. You should have just said, you know what, this is going to be a timed exclusive on Xbox. Xbox is going to have it for a year, or they're going to have it for 6 months, or whatever, and then it's going to come to other platforms. I don't think people would have been making such a big deal out of it. They would have just, they would have been upset for 5 days, and then they'd be saying, well, we got to play the game 6 months early. You guys have to wait for it. And it would go on like that. And people wouldn't care as much. But when you say that that game is going to be exclusive to the platform, people that invest their money in their consoles, they want to know that they made the right decision. And I don't know, man. I just don't think it's fair to the fan base. I think you should be honest and upfront on this. And I think if anybody is listening to this space right now that works at Xbox, I think you guys need to prepare what you're going to say, and you need to tell the fans left or right. And you may think you don't owe them nothing because you're just a company and you need to make money and that's your bottom line, but you do because these people have been keeping you afloat because Xbox, it's been hard being an Xbox fan. It's been almost as hard being a Cody fan, being an Xbox fan. Okay, let's just say that. And they've kept the brand alive because last generation it was not fun being an Xbox fan, and they stuck it out and they stayed with you. And then to feel this disrespect as a fan, I don't think that's good. And I don't think that's goodwill to gamers, and I don't think that's goodwill to the fan base that really, really supports you. So, okay, that's pretty much it, man. I think I got my rant out the way. I do appreciate you guys rocking out with me. This was my first space, so forgive me if it sucked. I'm not really used to the format, but I just wanted to rant, man, because this is like shocking news. This is shocking news, and I think it deserves to be discussed. I want to tell you guys how I feel about it, and I want to know what you guys think about it. So hit me up on my X profile, D_batch, but you probably already know that because you're listening to me here. If you're not, make sure you go there and post underneath it, and we'll talk about this. Maybe I'll throw this up on YouTube tomorrow. Maybe I'll do a new video on it. We'll see how I feel. We're going to have to stand by and get more information on this. I think somebody said that Sarah Bond is going to be preparing a statement for something. I would assume it's related to this, but I would think that in the next coming days, even as early as tomorrow, that Xbox is going to have to say something about this officially because this came out on Xbox Era, I think, that this is happening. And like I said, Tom Warren reported on this, and Tom Warren, I've never known him to report on nonsense. He's a pretty reputable reporter, especially when it comes to the gaming stuff. And he's had great coverage on anything that he's talked about or he's broken early. So where there's smoke, there's fire.
So that's pretty much it, man. Just to sum it up once again, I am very disappointed. I don't know what Microsoft is doing. I hope they come out with a statement that gives us a definitive answer on what they're doing with their first-party games. Give us an answer. Is Halo, is Gears, is Forza, are these games going to make an appearance on the PlayStation? Are they going to stay on the Xbox platform? It's a real important question that I believe needs to be answered, especially with all of the reports of these games coming out. Indiana Jones and The Great Circle was supposed to be exclusive on the Xbox platform, and The Verge is reporting that there's talks of bringing that to the PlayStation 5 as well. So I don't know if we're going to get this in an announcement this week that it's going to be confirmed coming to the PlayStation 5. And if that's the case, what is the reason of owning an Xbox? And to add to that, like I said earlier, I build PCs, I repair consoles, and I gotta say this year and last year as well, so many gamers have switched over from the consoles to PC. So the PC space is growing. So I can understand a little bit why Microsoft would maybe want to pivot towards PC, but at the same time, they've established this console base for years, and I just don't think it's fair to the loyal Xbox consumer that's bought all of your consoles, that's supported you through thick and thin. I think this is a slap in the face. Whether or not it makes the company money or not, I just don't think it's great for the Xbox console gamer. Anyways, let me know what you guys think about all of this. Let me know what you think about my X Spaces. Do you think it was good? Do you think I should do more of them? Perhaps you think I should do my own show. Let me know in the comment section down below. And like I usually say, please like, share, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys on the next one.